Well. Good Thursday morning, Thursday, October 24th, 2024, a red letter day in history, as Doc Brown would say. What's big about today? Well, as you can see, probably from my shirt, representing a little bit here. Epic Universe tickets go on sale for annual pass holders this morning, and they have been on sale for probably the last 3 hours and 40 minutes. I got on the site about 5:45 this morning and ran into the dreaded you're in a queue line, and then it went from that to ticket sales are paused to we'll get you in the next 50 minutes to now it will be well past noon. So basically, this felt like the progress of when Homer Simpson was Mr. Burns' assistant, in which he delivered Mr. Burns' messages to him. So we'll show you that real quick.
You have 30 minutes to move your car. You have 10 minutes. Your car has been impounded. Your car has been crushed into a cube. You have 30 minutes to move your cube. Hello, Mr. Burns' office.
Is it about my cube?
That's what this process feels like, because you keep going from, oh my gosh, there's hope, to now it's going to be a long time to it's even longer time. And then it could actually just pop up and go, okay, now you're ready to buy. So like, for example, just exactly as I'm speaking, right? I was not supposed to have access to tickets until afternoon, and I'm not going to screen grab this, or I'll just show you. Here we are, 19 minutes now. After it was supposed to be afternoon. So we'll see how this goes. But anyway, I wanted to give you all a rundown of the pricing so far. This is what I got from a friend of mine that was sent to me early this morning. This was done through screen captures because some people got in sooner than others. It's a crapshoot when you do stuff like this. And so I want to show you these prices right now. And then we talk about something, because this is really eye-opening, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to throw these up on the screen right there. All right, and I want you to take a look at this for a minute. Notice the pricing. Even on opening day is $156, okay? And then it goes to $164, for pretty much the rest of the month of May. All of June is somewhere between $156 and $151. And then July, same thing, $156-ish. August, $156, $151, $147. And there's a few $143s in there. Why is this important? And why is this kind of a big deal? Because this park is going to be the size of roughly 6.5, 7 Magic Kingdoms. So to give you an idea of perspective, Magic Kingdom is about 170 acres, okay? Epic Universe is around 750 acres. Just to give you an idea of just how expansive this park is. And so you're looking at, and also let me add, Epic Universe is going to open with over 50 rides and attractions and experiences. And all of Walt Disney World, all 4 parks, Animal Kingdom, Studios, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, all combined have just a little bit over 50 attractions. Most parks at Disney World have an average of things you can actually ride right around 9. Except for Magic Kingdom, they've got, I think, 28. But this is really telling that one park with 5 different lands inside of it and a beautiful central area with an on-site hotel is less than a one-day ticket to the Magic Kingdom, and it's less than a park hopper to Disney World. Let me show you. So these are our one-day tickets, right? Now, let's go over to Disney real quick. Do the buy tickets and passes. We do the theme park tickets here. All right, we're going to do one day. So let's see if it'll let me do it. Let me get all the way. See if it'll let me get all the way into June, July, and August. There we go. All right. So here's July. All right. 159, that looks great, but that 159, that's the cheapest park, okay? Let's say we wanted to go on July 25th, halfway to Christmas, all right? So let's collect that. Yeah, July 25th, 154. One park per day, okay? One park only. Magic Kingdom is 179, Epcot's 169, Studios is 174, Animal Kingdom's 154. So when you see those prices, that's not Magic Kingdom. That's the lowest park, which is Animal Kingdom. And I'm sorry, $154 at Animal Kingdom is kind of a ripoff because while it is a beautiful park and it's Joe Rohde's masterpiece, there's only about 8 or 9 attractions that you can do out there. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And actually, next year with all the construction, there's going to be about five total rides. So you're going to be paying $154 for 5 freaking rides. You know, that's insane. And then if you go to the Park Hopper option, all right, I'm not going to use Park Hopper Plus because I'm not including water parks, but just the Park Hopper option here, $239. And that's to access all 4 parks. That would be the equivalent of one Epic Universe, right? So Park Hopper $239. Let's go back to our Epic Universe. And on July 24th is $156 just for Epic Universe. Hey, that to me is freaking mind-boggling. I mean, you know, I was fully expecting Universal to, you know, when these tickets went on sale, I was fully expecting $180 to $200 for one day at Epic. But I tell you, they surprised me. They priced this to realistically go head-to-head with Disney. And they're cheaper than Disney. And this park, this isn't some, you know, slapped-together cheap-ass park. This is like legitimately, this is going to be the next level in theme parks and entertainment. You know, this is going to be the United States' version of Tokyo Disney Sea, basically. You know, I for one, can't wait to see this park. But 2, this price point is freaking on point. So, just some things to put into perspective, okay? When you're thinking about your vacation and you're looking at Disney World, you're looking at Epic Universe and Universal, you're trying to figure out which one fits your budget. Because realistically now, the one thing that people have to start putting into perspective now is Universal is a full week destination now. Once Epic Universe opens next year, May 22nd, they're going to be a full week destination. You're going to have Universal Orlando theme park, Islands of Adventure theme park, Volcano Bay, there we go, water park, Epic Universe. You're in theory going to have access to 4 parks, very similar to Disney. You can spend it. You will now be able to spend all week at Universal, and with the hotels on site and all that, you just like Disney. You park your ass. Hold on a second. Like Disney, you park your ass at the hotel and let them do all the driving. You know, you don't have to go anywhere. It's awesome. You know, Universal has really knocked it out of the park with this. And I, for one, cannot wait to see this park. I think we all have high expectations, but I think it's going to even blow all of our expectations out of the water. Like, I really, really think this is going to be next level in the United States theme parks and entertainment. I mean, just with the shows, the level of theming, you know, all of the attractions that are going to be there. I mean, if you think about it, between Universal, Islands of Adventure, and now Epic Universe, you're going to have more attractions than basically Disney World and Disneyland, right? You know, Disney used to, before the events of 2020, Disney used to sell, it was called the Premier Passport, I think it was. It got you access to both parks or both resorts on both coasts, Disney World and then Disneyland. And what's sad about that is that annual pass was actually cheaper than Disney World's top tier pass At the time, it was like $1,250. That was something Disney got rid of after 2020. And to me, that was stupid. A lot of people had it. But I'm telling you, you're going to have your own version of the Premier Passport in the Universal parks, because you're going to have Universal. You're going to have Islands of Adventure. You're going to have Epic Universe. You're going to have Volcano Bay. I mean, this is going to be an amazing experience, people. I'm telling you, and I see it on Facebook. All these people, these Disney people, like, oh, we're going, want to do both parks next year, and want to do one day at Universal. And some people are starting to chime in. They're like, Universal's not going to be the 1 or 2 day adventure anymore. It's going to be a full week, so you need to start thinking about that. And how much farther is your dollar going to go at Universal versus at Disney World? Those are all things that people are going to have to think about. Universal, you're going to spend less money and you're going to get more attractions. Disney, you're going to spend more money and you're going to get less attractions. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Disney, but the one thing that they have suffered from so badly, especially since around 2018, 2019, and even more so after 2020, is there's nothing to do in their parks. They have cut out so much entertainment. They've cut out attractions. They never built attractions that were supposed to be built. They haven't done any expansion. The current expansions that are in progress, or supposed to be in progress, aren't adding to anything. They're just replacing things, which isn't going to fix the problem of the overcrowding. Their park hours have been cut drastically. There's just Disney has solely destroyed the integrity of the parks, meaning they've made them busier on purpose by screwing around with how these parks are supposed to operate. These parks are designed to move large volumes of people. And when you screw around with that, you get absolute chaos and mobs, which is what happens. So now the next thing I'm waiting to see is the hours for Epic Universe and all that. If Universal starts consistently staying open 9, 10, 11 o'clock, it's going to be game over for Disney for a while. I understand there's those pixie dusters out there that are just so high on their own dust that they think Disney can do no wrong. And, it's going to be like Mr. Burns when he would get his shots and he'd go into the woods. That was the X-Files episode. And he goes, "I bring you love." Those are the pixie dusters, where everything is fine. Nothing is ever bad. And, the fact that nobody calls out Disney on these shortened hours, I'm starting to think at times, am I the only one that notices this? That Animal Kingdom doesn't have a nighttime show anymore? That, Animal Kingdom doesn't have a fraction of the stuff they had before 2020? That Hollywood Studios, a lot of its entertainment was cut in 2020, never to be brought back. Epcot, so many experiences were cut, never to be brought back. This is why the parks seem overwhelmed, because there's nothing for people to do. And when you get Epic Universe and stuff like that involved, it's going to spread crowds around. And yes, there's going to be a lot of people, but after the initial opening phase gets done and people get it out of their system, I think those parks are going to flow amazingly well. So that brings me to my second point, and then we'll wrap this up. Will I be at Epic Universe on opening day if I can get access to a ticket? And the answer is no. No. I am not doing that again. I don't think I've ever shared my story because I obviously wasn't vlogging then. I kind of wish I would have been, but I wasn't. In 2017, Volcano Bay opened at Universal. And I was still living in Charleston at the time. And I decided to come down here for about a week's-long stay and do the Volcano Bay opening. I wanted to see an actual theme park, water park, theme park. It's still debatable. I wanted to see what it was like to be there on a day one of a park that opens. I thought this is going to be the best experience ever. Volcano Bay was unveiling their new Tapu Tapu thing, the virtual queue wait in line. The marketing was there would be no lines. It'd be seamless, people in, people out, always being able to ride attractions. And there are a ton of attractions at Volcano Bay, so the crowd should be spread out. On and on and on. It seemed amazing. Well, let me tell you something. I got to the park shortly after opening, which I think it opened at around 8 a.m. I got there at 8:30, quarter to 9, because the Today Show was filming out there. They did an opening montage with the opening ceremony of the park. It was a really neat, because they had it for all the vloggers and the media. I've only seen it on YouTube and that, but it looked like a really cool opening ceremony. So anyway, after that's done, they let everybody in the park. Well, let's talk about that. First off, Volcano Bay wasn't done yet. It was still very much under construction. Just like anything, things got behind. You couldn't tell really if you were there, but it's when you walked around the perimeter of the park that you could hear like electric saws running and things being pounded and hammered, and the park was still actively under construction. It wasn't done yet. The rides, while they were tested quite a bit, the water slides, everything was breaking down. The sensors weren't working correctly on the tubes, the conveyor belts that took the tubes up. They were having problems keeping the water running on certain slides. The Krakatoa Aqua Coaster was constantly having the boats valley out. There was a problem with the LIMs, the linear induction motors on the bottom to push the rafts up the incline. I mean, it was a disaster from the word go, from the very first part of the day. The cash register areas, they were having a hard time keeping going. They kept having glitches. The orders were getting backed up because everybody was confused about how the flow went. Now, to be fair, this was Universal kind of brought this on a little bit because they didn't do any openings, no previews, no nothing. They just opened the park. So they didn't have a chance to try this out with pass holder previews or anything, which kind of surprised a lot of people. Now, Epic Universe is supposed to have this. But here's the thing, okay? You can do all the pass holder previews in the world that you want to do. Nothing can compare you for that day number one when about probably 4 or 5 times the amount of people are going to show up. Everybody's going to be there for the first experiences. Everybody's going to want things to be seamless. And everybody's going to not be happy when things don't work correctly. I can tell you, Volcano Bay issued a shit ton of refunds for the first several weeks because of the problems that they were having at that park. And it's just like anything else. When you open a new ride, think about all the testing that rides go through. Look at Velocicoaster. Look at how many times they tested that ride. Look how many times they did pass holder previews for that ride. And yet they still had problems. It's part of working the bugs out. So not only now are you're not only going to have a one ride, you're going to have up to 50 at the same time, some more complex than others. And now you got to get those rides tuned in. You got to get all the shows tuned in. You got to get all the restaurants tuned in. You got to get the employees tuned in. Everything has to be finely tuned, and that is going to take a while. So, that being said, no, I will not be there opening day. I will gladly watch it. I'm sure people will be there. I'm sure they will live stream it. And yes, am I going to probably lose out on a lot of extra, exposure for my channel? Probably. But it's not like this park is going anywhere. This is going to be here for probably the next, let's just guess 70 to the next 100 plus years. We can only imagine. It's not like it's going to be open for a week and they're going to tear it down and move it like a traveling carnival. The Epic Universe is here to stay. In fact, they're already planning expansions pretty much right after the park opens, which is brilliant. So, the one thing that I've learned, I don't carry that fear of missing out that is injected into people now through social media. I understand there's going to be a ton of excitement about this day. Everybody's going to want to be there. It's going to be a social media blitz. But between all the content creators that are going to be out there, all the families that are trying to experience this for the first time ever, and everybody wanting to be there for day one, which is cool, I got some neat things from being at Volcano Bay saying I was there. But at the end of the day, okay, so I have it. And okay, I go pull it out of the box. Yep, was there on opening day of Volcano Bay. Okay. So what? You know, it's still open. Volcano Bay's running like a top now. It just, I'm telling y'all, that first 6 months to a year, especially in a place the size of Epic Universe, it's going to be a little rough getting started. Now, I know they've been testing those rides. I've seen it, you know, that I drive by there periodically. I see those rides. Everything's moving. Everything's in tune. But you cannot prepare a theme park for that first day when you have tens of thousands of people there all wanting to have a seamless experience. And when it doesn't go seamless, it's like dominoes. They start to fall really fast and in rapid succession. And I'm not saying Universal's building a shoddy property. That's not what I'm saying here. This can happen with anybody. Anybody can go through this. You know, Tokyo Disney Sea, when they opened, you know, they had their share of ups and downs. You know, the new expansion, Fantasy Springs, same thing. Have their share of ups and downs. It's part of the process. It's like when you get a new car or a new motorcycle, boat, you have that break-in period. And the same thing is going to be the case for Epic Universe. You know, the only benefit to getting those first days is just you say, oh, I was there day one. That's it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably go, I'm going to assume I'm going to try to go for pass holder preview whenever that is. And I'm going in there with the expectation I probably won't ride everything. I want to see it more than anything. And then once the park opens, then probably after summer, after the heat has passed, you know, we get into this September, October time frame like we are in now, then get a ticket and go in there and you can actually enjoy it. Because I'm telling you, not the time frame with this thing opening, while I think it's brilliant on Universal's part to open it right before Labor Day, or actually on Memorial Day weekend, folks, it's going to be busy. We have no idea what the capacity of Epic Universe is, but just judging by the sheer size of it, I'm going to say it's going to be probably somewhere around 100,000. Because the capacity of Magic Kingdom right now is roughly, get this, it started at 40-some thousand years ago, and now they've upped it. Now Magic Kingdom's capacity is around 80 or 90,000. So if you can fit 90,000 people into a park that's 175 acres, imagine what you can do in a park that's almost 7 times that size. So you're going to have tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people all trying to have the same experience all at once. It's going to be chaotic. And you all have got to know, all of you that find this video, that are going to go on opening day, including all you content creators out there, I'll be watching you. You guys, if you didn't experience the Volcano Bay fiasco, you've got to go in there just knowing, hey, I want to see this place. Whatever I get on is a bonus, and this place isn't going anywhere like a traveling carnival. It's going to be here for the next 70, 100 plus years. We'll take it in stride because it's going to be like Disney. You're not going to be able to do everything at Epic Universe in one day. It's designed that way. You know, it's going to be a multiple day, multiple week, probably multiple month or year experience, which I love. I don't want to be at a place where I can experience everything in one day. I'm not up for that. So I love what they did with the design of this thing, but it's going to have some growing pains. These rides that are out here are some of the most technologically advanced rides ever created. They've never been done before. So, you know, between the Ministry of Magic attraction and the Monsters Unchained, just those two alone, they're going to be amazing, folks. But I'm telling you, there's going to be some growing pains. So you've got to take this day in stride. I'm just telling you. And be ready for anything. Could it be an absolutely seamless day opening day? Could be. But if you look back at the trend of opening days of theme parks, water parks, anything in the entertainment industry, look back at the history, all the way back even till Disneyland when it opened up in 1955. What can go wrong usually does go wrong because it's brand new. And after the first few months, into the first year, The temperature's going to come down, not just outside, but overall. Everybody's going to have rushed in to see this place. And then you can get in and enjoy it because there's going to be so much to experience. So just keep that in mind if you're considering going in the first few months. Because there's nothing I hate more than people that spend a shit ton of money and then they don't have a good experience and they're bitching because they want their money back. Come on, man. You know that going into this. If you think you're going to go to an opening day of a theme park and have it just be seamless, no. Not going to happen. Not even you think about the billions of dollars Universal has. They're doing a good job, but they are not, they're not protected against breakdowns and stuff like that. It's going to happen as these rides these rides, you got to think, I've got to get used to carrying regular people. Right now, they've had the test dummies. Same weight, same everything, pretty generic. Now you're going to put all kinds of different people of all shapes and sizes into these attractions. You're going to have different experiences. The ride may sense something and it might shut down. Who knows what could go on? So just be ready, all right? I hope you all found this helpful. Again, I think it's amazing that Epic Universe, which has as many attractions and experiences as all of Walt Disney World, is actually less than Walt Disney World. So Universal's brilliant on this one. So let me know what you think. Are you going to go for opening day? Are you going to brave it? Or are you going to be like, nah, Matt, we'll go later on when we can have some fun with it? Let me know. I'll see you all again shortly. Got some real cool stuff planned ahead. Have a good day, everybody. Have a full day. Have a productive day. And have a fantastic evening. Let's get ready for some football, and it's opening night of the World Series. Can't wait. It's been the truth. It's been actual. Hope it's been mighty satisfactual. See ya.